Hello, everybody. This is the accounts breakdown section of the STAR Sales Training Program. What we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be taking a look at a list of all of your accounts that you've gotten out of your CRM or perhaps put together yourself. I've got a list of all my accounts open right now in my spreadsheet program. As mentioned earlier, you can use something like Excel or the WPS suite, which I'm using right here. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Excel and you open a file, you may see all these different number signs here. That's not a big deal. That just means that the column isn't big enough to show the whatever's in these cells underneath. So you'll see that underneath my headings here, I'll have all the fields that I'll be importing into my mapping program that's going to help us determine what our territory looks like and how we're going to attack it. So you're going to see that a number of columns just aren't expanded all the way out. If you want to expand your columns all the way out, what you can do is click this upper left-hand box right here. It selects your entire spreadsheet. Then double-click real quick in between one of the column heads, and you'll see that it'll expand it out for you. Now, I want you to take note that I am using a program, and it's in a CSV format. So when I do save my file out, I'm going to be saving 3 files out here. If you remember from the previous lesson, we want to break down our accounts into ABC. I'm going to be saving 3 files. Our A accounts are low-hanging fruit, best accounts that are possible for sales or for upsells, that kind of thing. B accounts, which are moderate, and then C accounts, which are lowest, lowest level, lowest probability of selling anything into. As I mentioned earlier, hopefully I have some sort of column that allows me to break down the market segment or the possibility of A, B, and C. So right now I have annual revenue. Hopefully you've gotten something out of your CRM that gives you that, where you might have the competitor product that is already in the store that you're trying to conquest, or perhaps your marketing department has already assigned a market segment. So if you're selling media, just how big the organization is and what their media spend is. Or if it's a purchasing organization, just how much they're purchasing. So, like I said, I'm doing it with annual revenue. If you don't, you'll have to add whatever your assessment is using your own knowledge of your own territory. So after you've maybe done some research by hitting a website of the customer, exploring them on Manta or Hoover's, or maybe even getting a database out of there, you could put your own custom segment number in there, with maybe a 1 meaning the low-hanging fruit for these organizations. The 2, those are your B accounts, moderate, and then C's being 3s. Like I said, this is a painstaking process, but you have to do it in order to properly segment your accounts. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm actually just going to be doing an auto filter to get all accounts that are over $300 million a year. So in order to use the auto filter, you just click in one of the headers up at the top. It doesn't matter which one. Your program, whether it be Excel or the one I'm using right now, should have an auto filter feature. So you're going to see like this filter button. You click it, and what will happen is you'll get these little drop down arrows. Now that'll be able to allow you to filter your list, which if you take a look at mine is like 3,104 accounts, right, with all the revenue in there. So if I want my top, my top accounts, the ones that are over 300 million, which are the ones that are really important to me, I'm going to use my auto filter, and you can filter by checking things off, but I'm going to filter by number value. You should have that option somewhere. And I want to filter to anything greater than 300 million. So I have my filter here. I type in 300 million. I click OK. Now you're going to see my list is filtered to 300 million. All right. So this is anything over 300 million. Or did I filter that wrong? Hold on. Let me, I make mistakes too. So we'll do greater than, all right, yeah, I did have 300 million in there, so just wanted to recheck that. Now, in order for me to get this into a new sheet that I can save, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a keyboard shortcut right now. Click in cell A1 because you want to get the headers, right? I'm going to do Control Shift, use my right arrow to go to the end, and use my down arrow to go to the bottom. Now I've got my 704 counts here that are over 300 million. I'm going to do a Control C now to copy my list, a Control N to get a new spreadsheet, and a Control V to put those accounts in the new sheet that I need to save as my A accounts. Now, keyboard shortcuts are great. Not everybody's used to them. You could have done the same thing using the mouse and menus. I happen to like keyboard shortcuts because it allows me to do things very quickly. Now, I'm going to go ahead and save this out in another format. So whatever you're saving on at the system here, to go to your accounts, your folder where you're going to be saving this. I'm going to call these my A accounts. and then I'm going to save it as a CSV. You'll see that when you click the drop down in the file type area, you'll be able to choose your CSV comma delimited file type right there. So these are my A accounts. I go ahead and save them. I'm done. It may give me a warning saying that I'm not saving it in an Excel or a spreadsheet format. Click yes, save it anyway, and you're done. So I'm going to go ahead and get to my V accounts, or get back here and get to my B accounts. So I'll scroll up to my auto filter, get my auto filter, and I'm going to show you how to do between, right? And so let's say my B accounts are everything between 50 million and 300 million. So I have a between option here, and I'll say greater than 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million, and less than 300, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll give me those B accounts based on my filter here. All right, so here are my B accounts. I'm going to go ahead and take this using my Control-Shift right, Control-Shift down, get my B accounts here, Control-N for the new sheet, Control-V, and now let me go ahead and save this out into my folder where I'll put in the B accounts. All right, my Excel spreadsheet. All right, there's A. There's my B accounts. Yes. So I'll close this out, get back to my main sheet. And now anything under 50 million are my C accounts. Let me go ahead and change my auto filter to anything under or less than 50 million. All right, there's my C account. So go ahead and get that, get that. So you got a bunch of them. In many cases, you might not even want these low accounts in there because it's going to clutter your map up. But it's good to have just in case. Once again, you maybe exhaust your low-hanging fruit, your moderate levels. Then you could start digging into these C accounts, which at some point could turn into B and A accounts. All right, now let me go to my new spreadsheet. Control V, save it out. I think I can do a Control S to save if I really wanted to. Let me go ahead and save that out into my folder there, my accounts folder, and then I'll have my 3 files to import into my mapping program if I want to import all 3. All right, so once again, let me save this into a CSV so it can be imported nice and easily into my mapping program. And we're done. In my folder now here, you're going to see I have my all accounts list, A accounts, B accounts, and C accounts. Now, in the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to import all these things into your Google Maps. In this particular case, is we're going to show you how to do. But here you have your deals in progress. This is just another way, I'll show you how to do it, of importing information. You might want to map out your territory if you've already got a territory mapped out where you've been selling into it, and you want to know, in my territory, just where am I in my sales cycle? I could just map it in there into deals in progress, and I'll show you how to break down the map like that too. Very cool stuff. You're going to see it in the next lesson. So go ahead and click on the next lesson where I show you how to import your data into Google Maps.